welcome once again to Clinical Theurgy, episode 66. Just 3 away. So, you guys had like a really uneventful last week, right? You guys did absolutely nothing. Nothing really cool happened at the end.
Well, for Gulron's part, he kind of went on his little planar adventure. Got the Good Outsider name inscribed for his spell with the help of Kraskrons and Kraskron Guardians. Gave him the name. He found a lot about his parents. He found out about, or confirmed, I guess, Shashat's like areas deteriorating and the denizens of that plane are ill. As he's tried summoning some of them and they were like very sickly looking. Yeah.
And I think Antaeus died, right? A little bit inside, at least.
On the inside.
Yeah. And I think Ivy had said something like, "I'm giving my soul to the shadows. They deserve it. I'm not worthy."
About time.
Something along those lines, right?
Rude.
Oh,
wait,
is that not
different
what happened?
shadows?
One must become the shadow.
When one becomes the shadow, one becomes life. That was really bad. I was hoping this slight pause would give me enough room to think of something better.
He really adopted the shadow.
And then Niev, oh right, Niev wasn't around because Niev's kind of like not here anymore.
Niev, peaced out.
So who even is here then?
I don't know.
Somebody whose name I spelled wrong in both the intro and on the screen. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. It's funny because I even have the nameplate named correctly in the other part. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I believe you guys are all being given some very important news and being introduced to someone rather familiar. By someone you wish wasn't so familiar. And his condescending attitude towards your successful failures.
So very early in the morning.
Yes.
Could say that we're failing upwards.
You could. But as he opens the room, there stands Brianna, my brain blacking out on a name I just said moments ago, standing in the center of a room that you were all in before. This is the room with the chairs and the big contraption that allows for exchange of memories of sorts, for a deeper dive into your mind.
I guess who's in front? Like, do I see Goron first, or?
I don't know. It's probably not Antaeus since he ran off.
Yeah, he does
And
that.
we don't even know each other, so I'm probably just like standing off to the side, like, what the fuck's going on? I don't understand.
Goron?
I would have expected at least some excitement. Jesus Christ, you people have become that desensitized.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, not Jesus Christ. Jesus doesn't exist.
True. But like, what's the scene in front of me? Is she just like standing there, or
Yeah, she's just
like...
standing there.
Okay.
She's standing like in this room. They don't have her locked up or anything like that.
I will to disbelieve the illusion.
Oh, give me a will save. No, she is not real. You are sure of it.
What is this? A practical joke?
What are you talking about? I don't play
Sending
those kinds
illusions of our ones that we've lost is not
Where's
funny.
Elizabeth?
Quiet illusion.
He walks over and he like physically touches her. It's not an illusion. Golron, are you okay? Who am I talking about? You're never okay.
I'll go over and like I guess I'll like hug Gulron, see if that breaks him out of it.
Yeah, you can hug Gulron, but that won't really break Gulron of this. Like, I think his mind just doesn't want to accept the reality of what is here.
It can't be. Who put this sick joke here? It's the mistress, wasn't it?
First of all, she's a very lovely person. Second of all, did you just not expect me to come back? You just sent Niev off and you never expected me to return, Goron?
I didn't expect you to come back. You don't even know who I am.
No, where's Ninoslav?
If he continues at his current bend, he won't be.
Oh, that's troubling.
It's fine. He'll get what he deserves.
So, Niev mentioned something about that she has a mansion that's technically mine now?
Yes. It is yours, in technicality.
Well, that's good. It'll be nice not to have to stay at the inn anymore.
Yes, it's always nice when people can leave for nearly a year, come back, and claim something that they did no work for. I know I'm personally really happy to bequeath thousands upon thousands of gold in value to somebody who has done absolutely nothing for the ministry.
Well, at least
not
I know
like
this is real.
At least it would. I'm just saying it's not my choice, and technically we're the same soul or whatever you want to call it.
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard, by the way.
I don't make the rules.
Of course not. The gods decide them.
Well,
So wait, are we treating this thing like it's real? What's going on? This is what you brought us here for?
Gulron, she is real. Have you been doing drugs?
What is real, though?
did you have a few too many harlot sweets?
Do I get another save at this point?
No, there's no other save.
Well, I mean, like, in character, I think I would eventually start to believe it, right? Or I don't know how that works, I guess.
No, we're gonna play this out because this is
Okay.
what I want. You chose to will to disbelieve, and you failed your will to disbelieve with a critical failure.
Sure.
So you successfully disbelieved, and you have a very strong sense of will. So I feel like this would be like a perfect example of like Gulron's stubbornness shining through. Like, I believe this can't be real, so I'm going to maintain it until I see like some definitive proof that this is her. You might be more willing to like calm down because obviously, you know, Rian is the kind of guy that if you keep up this, he'll like try to take your credentials away. Well, you've kind of learned that, right? He's got his sights set on, you know, bigger things, and anyone he can kind of throw underneath things to get there, he's more than willing to do.
He knows a lot about everyone. A lot more than he lets on, for sure.
Well, if we're done with this nonsense, then we have to start. Are we ready to take off for your thing, Ivy, or what's going on with that?
Before you're going anywhere, there's certain things that we need to finish understanding about things, and there's introductions that need to be had. Ivy, this is Brianna. Brianna, this is Ivy. Brianna used to be a member of the ministry, and in theory still is, however, could be a traitor. Ivy, on the other hand, is pretty obviously a traitor that will eventually betray us.
Wow, thanks.
You're like the third person I've heard say not to trust her.
What? Oh, okay.
Well, whoever
fine.
you're listening to is probably well worth their time.
The first two, anyways.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
No, you're not really my type. Besides, I thought you went for things that were small and green.
Yeah, I'd rather
Ooh.
the goblin.
Wait. Who's she with?
One of the biggest pests we happen to have in town.
True.
I mean,
Wait,
I won't
you're not-
say.
Wait. Is this the same one that Goron kissed?
Gulran kissed someone?
How does this illusion know that?
Antaeus told me in a dream. We talked in our dreams. Sometimes.
He, like, dead stares at you, Antaeus.
I look every direction except for in front of me. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it has been a while. We've not been able to speak recently. I tried to ask you. I was like trying to talk to Tehran and I couldn't.
Can I have the three of you please step inside here?
That doesn't sound like a request.
Which three?
The three of you standing outside the door.
Oh, we're still outside the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one said
I'll
they
step
stepped into the
inside.
room.
I'll step inside. Oh, you trust me to come in?
I trust you because I think I can take you down if I need to.
Okay.
The other two of you, please. Is this the game we're going to play then? Very well.
It's been a long morning. I'll eventually walk inside.
Excellent. That's the most important thing. Now, how many state secrets have you shared outside of the country of Sierra Savant? Give me a will save if you want to try to lie.
I don't think he shared any state secrets. You can only do like.
Was that
some
directed
number
at
of
me?
words.
That was directed at you.
Oh, then yeah, I'll make a will save. Just because I don't like him.
Okay. What are you telling him?
Do I even know that this is a state secret?
Like that's what you say to him, or
No, like what I guess I don't know if this would be applicable here, but to know if it's a state secret.
I mean, did you say it? Did you tell Brianna? Or
No, I don't
somebody
think
else?
so.
The only
Maybe?
person he's dream talked with, I thought, was me and Candor. And maybe not even Candor. Maybe that was something else.
No, it was also
You need to send a message to Comstock, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I
So
couldn't get in.
it's gray, I would say. It's like legally gray. You would, if you went to court, a judge would decide ultimately the Ministry Court of Decisions would decide how they would handle such a circumstance, because presently laws don't really exist governing the information that you would have shared. And nobody like gave it a designation of like this is specifically private and not shareable outside of the country. But you were also working on a theoretically secret mission that you weren't supposed to talk to the general public about.
I didn't realize Goron's first kiss was a state secret.
Zero that I'm fully aware of.
Well, either you're particularly strong of will or honest. I'm not sure which, though.
Maybe I just don't like having magics placed upon my mind. And I'm just extra ornery, belligerent in the morning, perhaps.
Well, this is Gulran and Antaeus' former companion before you came along. When she left, Elizabeth decided she would step away.
But Elizabeth's okay.
She's doing fine enough. She's been cleansed properly.
So her mind is okay too?
Yes. Everything we understand about the program she underwent resulted in a better Elizabeth.
Well, that is a relief, at least. It's nice to meet you, Ivy.
Yeah, nice to meet you, although I guess I'm slightly annoyed you already don't trust me, but...
I just said that I was told not to trust you, not that I don't.
Don't concern yourself with illusions, Ivy. We all trust you that are risking our lives for you.
Goron, she's not an illusion. Do I need to, like, draw blood to prove to you she's not an illusion? Like, what do you need here?
You couldn't even draw blood if you tried.
I thought that was Brianna's thing.
I think you mean Niev.
Niev, yes.
She's Miss Stabby
That's
Stabby.
the one.
Yeah, not fun.
Oh, yes. I'm happy to have that cleared up. I don't have to worry about her re-empowering the Fane Empire. Troublesome thing to have to keep an eye on. Especially with their theoretical new leadership. Whatever happened to that thing that the three of you let free? To save Gul'ran? Or whatever it was you claimed you did it for.
I mean, I tried to stab that thing to death.
Is true.
Just saying.
We'll deal with it once we've cleaned up Ivy's family matters. If it's a problem.
I don't know if it's a problem yet.
I'll consult with Karaskaran if it's something that needs to be done after we do this.
Yes, ask your little blockhead if he's got any other tips as well.
What's a Kraskaran?
I think he
I squint my eyes at him, and I clutch the hilt of my warhammer, and I say, "You can insult me, but you watch your words about Kraskaran."
Yeah, go on. I think he meant specifically if it's a problem for him. Oh, Kraskaran is is it a dwarven deity or predominantly?
It is becoming a dwarven deity accordingly. It's not
Big rock man, basically. Big, small. Dwarves are
normally
hardy.
it would only be given classification as a demigod, one who does not have the ability to grant strong abilities through followers. But thanks to somebody starting a church topside, that might change.
Oh, Goron doesn't follow Sascha anymore?
No, he follows the cult of the blockhead.
Steve, you're making it very hard for me not to initiate NPC murder here.
You can't murder him. 100%.
Not in his house.
It's a shame that Goron doesn't believe me. I had met some dwarves in Phoenicia, and I was eager to show him the punk sea shanties they were singing.
Dwarves wouldn't sing sea shanties. Dwarves hate the water.
The ones in Phoenicia did. It was a very lively inn. I was the only one that really
If you're
liked
gonna
it.
tell me lies, at least make them believable. No dwarf would be caught singing sea shanties or be at sea.
It does sound... This for the first time I agree with Gul'ran. Clearly, you've lost your mind.
I will start singing a dwarf sea shanty.
Yeah, but... So you can sing it, but it still doesn't prove that it's Dwarven, right? There's not like...
They were singing in Dwarven, I thought.
Yes, but you can sing any song in another language, if Ramstein has taught me anything.
Is it dwarven?
It is Dwarven.
Are the lyrics characteristic of dwarven things?
That is an appropriate use of linguistics, and this is where
I wanted an excuse to use my plus 25 for some
part
reason.
of an interesting thing to note here is that Rian, first of all, if that linguistics is so high, you can recognize immediately that for somebody who seems to have a lot of understanding about a lot of things, it's weird that he's still arguing that there's no way that this is a dwarven thing when the melodic construction of the song is very clearly of dwarven make. It's the kind of thing that has that specific patternistic thing that only dwarves would do, because most other races do not find that melodic at all. This is like counter melodic.
It's like not quite Sylvan.
It's got like almost a Terran aspect to it, where it's like an earth elemental yelling at you, but like more with like that dwarven kind of humanity added to it that gives it just enough emotion, but probably a little too much like anger and drunkenness.
Just kind of like casually pull that out and drink some more water.
Well, you know your language and etymology well. Etymology. I always get those two. Steve always gets those things confused.
All right, I'll settle this once and for all. I like crack my knuckles and then I'll cast status on her.
Etymology was the T, not the N. Yes, when you cast status on her, you will get statuses. Hold on, let me think about this for a second, just for flavor's effect. Can I have Brianna give me a will save?
All right.
Sure, I didn't tell you what I'm casting. It could be sound dangerous.
Yeah, so you get back nothing.
Ah, I knew it's an illusion.
Ghoul Run. She's a bard. They naturally are better capable of resisting these kinds of things. You have to tell people what you're casting before you cast them. I really wish you would understand. This is why so many of your exchanges end up with me having to deal with complaints.
Have you heard of the time that he broke into someone's house? That
Yes.
We were okay. I just wanted.
I reread it regularly to remind myself of the ridiculousness I'm dealing with here.
Oh my god.
I'm starting to like this woman more and more. She sounds like the most level-headed one of you.
All right, Brianna. Voluntarily fail this. I'm casting a helpful spell on you. If you're not an illusion.
All right, go run.
All right. You can choose to voluntarily fail, or you can try again.
I will volunteer.
Oh. All right, you will get back that she is alive and well.
Is this possible? Can it really be you?
Probably.
Why do you think it's possible for Niev to go back but not me to return?
I never thought I'd see you again. I think Gulran breaks into tears and goes to hug you.
I'll hug him back.
Oh, how heartfelt.
Did that terrible woman send my words to you?
I didn't get to fulfill my part of it. I don't exactly know how to, so no,
Well,
she never told me.
as long as she kept her end of the deal, it was all worth it.
Well, it sounds like she didn't, and I'm quite used to this being a mistress thing. She likes to give people instructions, but not clear details as to what those instructions mean. This leads her followers to commit a lot of unlawful acts that we have to clean up after.
Yes, she told me to surprise her and to surprise myself. And how I'm supposed to do that, I have no idea.
Oh, that comment has resulted in a number of stabbings, rapings, and a number of other things that are morally reprehensible. I wish more people would think for a moment about at least following within the guidelines of the law before assuming the mistress is going to save them from prison or execution.
Yeah, that was definitely not what I was going along the lines of what I should do anyway, so...
I mean, isn't getting killed the biggest surprise is all, ha, surprise, you're dead.
I hope that was a joke, Ivy. It's hard to tell sometimes with you.
Guess you'll never know.
To be honest, things kind of got derailed shortly after I had learned about the mistress's condition, and we had a lot more pressing things on our mind than trying to curry favor with gods.
It's a near pointless endeavor anyway, so your best interests were suited in taking care of yourselves. An important thing the rest of you should learn.
I don't worship
He's staring
God.
directly at Ghoulrun when he says it. The arcane brings so much more clarity for most of us. And then he looks at you, Ivy.
Untrue.
Yes.
The divine is much more powerful. Anyway.
Spoken like a follower of an absolute blockhead.
I told you to watch your words, sir. Do not offend my deity.
Or what? A bunch of your cave-dwelling ancestors are going to rise up and try to dethrone Knightsbridge?
Yes.
Nonsense. They've failed to do so numerous times because the sunlight hurts their eyes.
No wonder that they have such trouble with diplomatic relationships with the city.
You've really become quite the smartass, haven't you?
Something like that, I suppose.
At least something about you's smart for a change.
Oh, sorry. Are you talking still? I started spacing out for a minute.
Oh, good. If you're done listening, you're welcome to leave. I've got better things to do than talk to the likes of you. Brianna, I appreciate the fact that you seem to be the clearest mind of this group, and I look forward to you helping to lead them in better directions.
Sure, don't have any last-minute mind-affecting spells you needed to cast on me, or should I just go now?
You can go now. Unless I need to cast a mind-affecting spell on you to get you to do that.
No, I think I can do that of my own volition.
Good.
Pleasure as always.
Yes, of course.
Make my way out.
I'll follow them, because I know Knightsbridge, but I don't know exactly where I'm going with the house and everything.
Ivy, one moment before you go.
Okay, you're gonna tell me to kill myself again?
No such thing. Listen.
Sad.
Zigmars, is he well?
Why?
There are certain things that we expect from Zigmars, and those things they've gone more silent than usual.
Well, if they've gone silent, I'm sure there's a good reason for that.
He's not doing more with Antaeus now, is he?
I stay out of his personal business. We're just, carnal lovers, that's all.
I didn't need to hear what goes on between you and him. I
I
don't want to
think you
even
did.
visualize. Oh, no, get out of here.
It's a great visual.
Share memory.
Aggressively share
build
memory.
that.
It's probably tiny and green and oh!
Whoa.
Amazing!
Oh, go! Get!
As I leave, I'm gonna yell back, Green Dick's the best dick.
There are a couple of people in a couple other rooms that kind of look out confused.
I'm just like,
One
You heard
guy
what you
kind
heard.
of sticks a green thumb out the door.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, the four of you can meet back outside.
Well, do we have plans to deal with your family situation, Ivy, or what's going on?
No freaking idea, to be honest. I was gonna try to get in touch with someone. I haven't gotten a chance yet. There's apparently maybe a quick way to get back to Megiddo, some maybe portal type thing I can just step through, and I actually wanted to talk to someone back there at they're the Archivists or something?
Yeah, the Archivists.
Yeah, the Archivists.
Let me show
All
this
right,
to the
well-
Archivists.
I have all this gear from the mother that we haven't identified, and I have to search out for some components for some spells. In the meantime, if you want to do that, while I do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who's good at identifying items?
Not... Oh, actually, I do have technically a plus 17 to spellcraft.
Perhaps Antaeus as well?
I have the same bonus to spellcraft, but I can also tell you the value of them.
Well, because they belong to that mother creature, I don't know if they're dangerous or... I don't know. I'll leave it with you two, and I'll, if someone want to write these down, I'm just going to get them off my character sheet. whoever's wanting to identify them.
How many do you have? You have quite a few, or?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces of gear.
You already identified 2 of them?
If we did, I didn't write the notes on them.
Oh wait, hold on.
Maybe we should do this.
Reread to me what you have, just so I can make sure.
2 mother's rings, mother's necklace of talismans, mother's headband, mother's belt.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. 2 of the other items burnt out. That's why.
Oh yeah, we could do this. Probably best to do this. Some of this.
And you guys had destroyed the weapon. Did I remember correctly?
I don't know, because I guess I was dead at the time. I don't know what they did.
I don't recall either. Because those things that you listed off are just what Niev had on her character sheet.
Yeah, I don't specifically remember either.
I'm going to double check Neo's sheet just to make sure it wasn't on there and you missed it. But I thought you guys had done something to it. It's not in my notes. I need to be better about taking notes during sessions, but it's harder for me when I'm running. Yeah, you don't have no scimitar on your inventory sheet, so.
I do think we said we looted everything. I don't think you told us about a weapon that I recall. Because I don't remember us doing anything to weapon. We burnt the body, but we didn't, destroy any of her items.
I thought
I
something
think
happened to
she
her.
took some items with her or some shit when she died or something like that.
Yeah, I'll have
Which is the two
to
items
go
you're talking
back
about.
through. If I find out that there's something missing there, I'll let you guys know.
Did we put it in the chat somewhere? Or?
Oh, it was
I don't
also,
remember.
actually, it might, hold on a sec. Let me go back to something. Actually, a dagger. I forgot it wasn't a scimitar.
Oh, not Metal Gear Solid. That's not what
I'll figure it out.
But who wants to be identifying these?
I mean, I think Antaius and I could both try in case one of us fails on an item. We could just both be working on it together.
Alright, you want me to delete these on my character sheet? Do you guys have these written somewhere?
Can you just paste it into the chat?
Yes, ma'am. Times 2.
So many bees.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I guess we can just go down the line and start trying to identify things.
Yeah. Fine with me.
Oh, I need to change that. Ivy.
Oh, that chat, yes.
Yeah, so the first ring is a ring of delayed dooms. 1 second. The ring of delayed dooms that you have in front of you has 2 charges left.
Okay.
That would appraise for...
Wow, it's a nice ring.
That would probably be around 18,000 GP in value at retail.
Second item. Or second ring, I guess.
Second ring, you can identify as a ring of freedom of movement.
Ring
Oh!
of freedom of movement. Alright, now we're on to the...
To be clear about something as well. Oh no, this is it is correctly named one. I just want to make sure. Okay.
You said delayed dooms, or?
Delayed dooms.
Okay.
So this is for the Necklace of Talismans.
Yes.
Oh, that was a bad check.
Not sure.
Antaius, help. Do you know what this one is?
I think still not sure. Let me double check the spellcraft DCs.
Plus...
+2 on racial bonus
26,
spellcraft
so
skill
it's
checks made to identify the properties of
close.
magic items.
Give me a sec here.
Is your visualization of the mind in there?
I believe so. I'll double check though.
Did you cast it for the day? Because that's 250 gold every time you do it.
Oh, okay.
And it
I
lasts
didn't know
for
what that
24
was,
hours.
so.
Because we had talked about alternative ways of being able to do it.
If you were blood moneying, but the problem with blood money is you're going to take con damage every day, which is inevitably going to kill you at 250 GP.
Oh, I have my ability damage every day that I've been taking.
Okay.
Because it's just then I have lesser restoration as well.
Okay. Then yeah, that's fine. That'll change it a little bit. Let me double check the highest level talisman that's here. Because when these are together, they kind of count as one item. Other people may not like that, but that is how I'm ruling it. This is such a mess. I hate when they have these things that have like different stringed abilities on them, because it's like, what's the fucking caster level, you bastards? That word's gonna get banned on Twitch. Oh, it's per each one. Okay.
You motherless knaves.
Yeah, that is actually going to be enough. It is a talisman of healing power and a talisman of life's breath.
Ooh, very good.
Okay, so we're on to the headband.
Yep.
There's my spellcraft. I'm low rolling now. Oh, I rolled better on Monteas. Well, I guess yours is a 27 with your bonuses.
I think that's still not enough.
27.
I think that the bonus is calculated into that.
Oh, so then just be 22. So my 25 is the highest. For
maybe
that
not.
It's either way. It's not enough.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't know what the headband is, and then belt.
Oh, it is.
Okay, I have no idea.
Yeah. Belts? I don't understand
So
belts.
well.
Oh!
Ooh.
That is
There
a
we
belt
go.
of dexterity Mark 1. So that is a +2 bonus.
Dex +2. Headband? Question mark.
Should
Do
I,
you guys not know of anybody that can look at gear and tell you what it is? A shopkeeper?
probably.
Antaeus, with that spellcraft, you will also know that there is a unremovable curse on the belt. It is not a harmful curse, but it is an unremovable curse. With that 37, though, you're not sure
What the curse is?
Yes. But you can see there is something wrong with the bindings, with the way like the magic is bound. There is something that's like unexpectedly twisted about it.
I'll use it as a teaching moment to kind of show it to her, even though she probably doesn't care.
Yeah.
She likes curses.
She loves them. She collects them.
Yes. While they're doing that, can I try to bejewel my holy symbol of Krauskron?
Bejewel, not a term I
Yes.
like, but yes, you can place some jewels in there with a. What do you want to use for this?
Specifically, I need a bejeweled holy symbol of your patron deity worth 2,500 GP.
Jesus, you want to do this yourself or have somebody do this?
No, have someone do it for
Okay.
me. I'm not a jeweler or.
Yeah, no problem. You can have that done for you.
I guess, like, is there any gems that would stand out to me as being more, like, earthy? Like, is onyx a more, like, mountainish
Ooh.
gem? Or, I don't know, like, I'll ask the jeweler, like, what is typically found in the mountains or something that could, like...
Well, you'd want something to be more either reddish or blackish as well.
You weren't listening all those times I was talking about geology.
Yeah, exactly. I
Right?
guess
If only we had a rock expert.
I guess, yeah, if I remembered that, I would ask Antaeus to consult on what I should get. That'd be more representation of the mountains or whatever. You don't know shit.
Yeah, apparently not. I don't think that
He needs the source of inspiration.
What is this being used as a component for?
Invoke deity spell. Invoking the power of Krauskron
Okay,
himself.
so in that case, I do actually think I like this. Make sure. Yeah, so he will procure a couple of these like interesting kind of reddish black crystals, and he'll set them down on the table. This is Vanadinite, typically found deep within the earth, very, very rare. Usually used to procure things like lead, but it has a much better earthy sort of link. I think you'll find that your god will greatly appreciate this kind of thing.
All right, yeah, looks good. I guess I'm not going to give him my only holy symbol, so I'll just like ask for like a custom one to be made with these gems.
Yeah, he will do that for you.
Excellent. And I'm assuming incense worth 1,000 GP is not difficult to come across.
No,
Okay.
You can get expensive. The one thing I will need is this is a time where I need you to give me a gauge. Because incense worth 1,000 GP is not the same as incense sold for 1,000 GP.
True.
So give me a gauge check. Yeah. You can manage to like skip a couple of vendors who are like they're selling these very expensive incenses, and immediately like you can detect like the way that they have the shop set up, the way that these like these sticks of incense are. These are very clearly like stuff you've seen before, like very not necessarily cheap stuff. It's higher end stuff, but this is like the $200-$300 incenses that you would get for like the visualization spells that they're trying to upcharge, because most people at a certain wealth point have a lot of trouble differentiating the difference between the two. But you remember once that Antaeus had like this smell in his room that was like an incense that he's been using for his visualization spells, or at least something that smelled like it. It had like a bloody smell to it. But you could tell that something about this just doesn't sit right. And you find another vendor that happens to have something that is more in line with what you need.
All right, and then how much are they charging?
They are charging the regular 1,000 GP.
Oh, okay. Excellent. That is all Guran requires.
Right. You just need one?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I think I'm just going to go for one right now.
And then what is that for?
Same spell. Invoke deity.
Wow, it takes a lot of...
The material component is 1,000 incense, and then the focus is this holy symbol.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pricey.
Why is there that random knowledge geography there?
Oh,
he's trying to help me with my geology rock information.
It's a real crystal. It's kind of a cool looking crystal too. If you want to look it up, I'll throw it in the chat.
Let's see what this is all about. Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that is neat.
At some point, Brianna will indicate to Antaeus that she'd like to speak with him privately as well.
Okay. Let's hear what private talks you have to say. Because Ivy's thing is going to take a little bit of time, so...
So, sorry if I got you in trouble about the dream thing. I didn't realize that was against the rules.
No, it's fine. It sort of is. I'm assuming that we at least went back to like a house or something.
You know the houses are secure against scrying theoretically, so...
Yeah, I'm sure that he could look in on us if he wanted to, but it'll stop other people from looking in on us. Plus, I'm a sensor.
Yep.
Which may not mean anything. But, yes, no, it should be fine. It's one of those things where they're not supposed to talk about it, I think, so there's no real ruling on it, because then if they rule on it, then it becomes a real thing, and then
I
something
was
to that effect.
warned pretty thoroughly against learning that spell myself, but I felt like it was the only way to really speak with you all, so
What was the reason you were warned against you learning that?
Oh, you know, Thoth doesn't like it.
He does not. Yeah. He told me about that once, I think.
It's a little hazy now. I can't quite remember the specifics. All I remember is that I was warned not to take it, but I didn't listen for, well, I never stopped giving up that I might come back someday.
You don't remember the specifics, you say?
Yeah. There's something there. I just don't know quite what.
It doesn't feel as if part of that memory is missing or anything, does it?
If I think about it, I get a headache.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I want to mess with box magic on that one. You heard that, right?
But also, I just wanted to let you know, I wasn't kidding when I said that a couple of people have warned me about not trusting Ivy. Candor was very, very specific that you should not let her touch you.
Oh, yes, he did mention something about that. The whole herd hunting shadows thing kind of clued me on it pretty quickly as well.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I passed that along, because when I told him that I was returning, then he did say to make sure you knew that.
I appreciate that.
The other thing is Tehran. Tehran is how I got back here. Tehran was hiding in Nia's shadow.
What? He was...
I don't know if he was hiding. He stepped out of her shadow.
Like a stowaway of sorts?
Yes, he said he had to make many sacrifices in order to find me, and he didn't believe what you were saying.
Yes, I'll refrain from speaking of his choices, because I could see how he did what he did, I suppose, but is he with you?
I don't know.
So at the moment, Tehran, when you guys came back, the ministry kind of picked up your arrival immediately. So Tehran was like, I'll find you later. I can't take a chance that they find me.
So I would just say, he's around, I don't know where, but he had to make himself scarce when we returned, for obvious reasons.
Yes. Sooner or later I expect him to show back up here and, I guess, probably finish the job that I'm assuming that he's going to be coming to do. Things have been getting progressively worse the last few times I've seen him. I almost feel bad for him, but I suppose I should be up front with you. I did have an opportunity presented to me to help to some capacity with him, but the problem is that the benefits were significantly smaller than the potential risks. Allowing somebody to have access to memories to that scale or something of that nature is, and I don't know who would have these access to these, whoever he sold away his soul to, I suppose.
I would like, if we can, to try and save him. I care about him. I thought about him frequently when I was away, and I feel bad that he did all of this for me when, it was me who recklessly got myself killed.
Well, that's not necessarily true. We were being sent out on a mission that we were not necessarily prepared for. I mean, a few of us were the adventurous type in that sense, I suppose. I definitely did not enjoy being out in the wilderness for that long with those assassin vines.
You're not really you don't strike me as the camping sort.
No, not at all. At least within the city walls, I know what the dangers are that lie there. In the wilderness, it could be anything.
Well, the assassin vine certainly didn't help.
No. The book did, though. I'm glad it hopefully got back to where it needs to be, supposed to be.
Yes, I think so. Niev had it. She lost one of her companions, the one that was carrying the book, sacrificed her life.
Wait, excuse me, what?
So, when we reunited with Niev, we had just fought off some daemons in Fort Jericho, and time was very strange. We had gotten caught up in this bubble, if you will, where time was moving differently. And so as soon as we basically were finished killing these daemons, time started like going normally again, and it was like all of these different time bubbles converged. And that was where we saw Niev and this huntress person with a bow, and then this other person with a falchion, I believe.
People with bows and falchions.
Yeah, the one she called the person Raw.
Okay, good. That's who she left with.
Yes, Raw sacrificed herself to save Hunter, actually. But I don't think it was just Hunter. I think there was some kind of something happening where he was fading, and it had been inflicted on the person with the bow. She did not like Candor, by the way. She was very, very adamant about not liking Candor.
I've spoken with him once or twice. I understand how that he could be very off-putting is probably the nicest way I could put that.
Yes. Well, I very briefly spoke with Niev. She was, of course, mostly interested in reuniting with her sister, but she had the book.
Unstog, yes?
Yes, Constog. Yeah, but she had the book, and I believe they were going to see Candor or deliver it to Candor or something along those lines.
Okay, that's good then, that she was able to at least give her the book before she said faded away?
Yes, it was like she was fading from reality. It wasn't like she was dying. It was like she just faded from existence.
Is that a thing that I've ever heard of before?
No. There's a theoretical thing that comes up in Para Arcana that they talk about. the idea that there is a part of yourself that is manifested as your ability for people to remember who you are, or the ability for people to like feel and share experiences with you, and that it is theoretically possible that like certain types of magic or creatures could take part of that away from you, and if enough of that was taken away, you could be sort of erased. But that's the kind of thing where no one would remember who you are, according to what most theoretical para-arcanists talk about.
So if that were the case, then she wouldn't even remember this person.
Yeah, so it's odd that there's still a memory here. If that's what's happened, otherwise, like disintegrate or other effects can do that. But you see like a disintegrate happen.
It's odd. It's like, well, if she wasn't erased from your memory, then she still existed. If she wasn't disintegrated, then...
I will say I don't know for sure exactly what happened. We sort of came in at the point where she disappeared, and so we didn't see her part of the battle. We were focused on our own.
Good point. Yes. Well, I mean, there's this theory in Para Arcana where if you can make everybody forget that, or you're made to be forgotten about, I guess is a better way of phrasing it, in the minds of everybody, then you cease to exist. But if you remember her, then she doesn't cease to exist. But I don't know. It's something I'd have to think about. It's been a long year, weeks especially.
Yes. Well, I'll be happy to share memory with you if you want in the future or whatever.
Oh, that'd be greatly appreciated. I have these for that.
He pulls up like a headset, or a pair of headsets.
Oh, okay.
They've been surprisingly useful. I'm able to share memories once per day.
Oh, excellent. Well, that is something that I'll be willing to do. I just really wanted to make sure that you got Candor's message about not letting Ivy touch you, and hopefully, yes, and hopefully, I don't know, you seem to be pretty good at some of the more out there stuff. Maybe we can figure out a way to save Tehran.
I hope so. I hope that there's a way to do it without putting more people at risk. I hate to say it that way, but it's the potential of making evil things stronger is not something I'm totally excited about, I suppose.
It's true. He risked so much to come find me, and I'd like to repay that if I could.
I agree. I'll see if I can... The problem is I don't know much about his circumstances. He seemingly deliberately left out... after thinking about the conversation, he seemingly deliberately left out key names and things, and I'm sure that was intentional on his part, but wasn't something I noticed when I was talking to him. I was kind of caught off guard. He decided to come to my house and rough up the place, I guess.
He did that, really?
Yeah, I think it was more so to send a message of some sort, and then he spoke to me, and he has a certain way of doing it. It's maybe it's intentional, maybe it's so that he knows that I know that it's him. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but very similar to the last time. Maybe he was looking for something. Everything that I told him was everything that I could tell him, or that I knew to tell him. I don't know why he decided that what I told him wasn't enough, or like I wasn't going to try to help him with the situation. I apologize, it's a little frustrating, but...
He strikes me as someone that has a hard time trusting. And, I mean, I suppose if anyone told me what had happened to me, I would have found it hard to believe before it happened.
That's true.
Well, I don't want to take up more of your time. I was Considering, I don't know, settling into the mansion, maybe throwing a party or something. Do you guys do parties still?
We haven't in a while, but not since we met Elizabeth's parents, but
You met Elizabeth's parents?
yes. They're awful people. Her dad is the normal kind of awful. Her mom is the I'm going to attempt to do some sort of mind affecting thing to you without you knowing it in the middle of a conversation because she doesn't like where you're going with your line of questioning or questions type of person.
So
Yeah,
like
a little
Goron but evil?
No, I don't know exactly what her
No.
motives were.
More like that other guy, the guy that we met up with in the ministry. He liked to do mind affecting things, right?
Yes, he was trying to, I don't know, presumably some sort of like zone of truth or something to that effect to get me to speak truthfully about whatever it was he wanted. I couldn't care less at this point. He's very difficult.
I figure it's, I don't know. I figure it'd be fun to have a party. I don't even know if that club I like to go to is still open or if anybody would even come with me if I went. I doubt Elizabeth would. But I figure, we'll maybe have a party or something. What's a house good for if you can't have a party?
Jeez. I guess it's not a one, but I'll try to remember if that place is still a thing. Because I went with you the one time, I think, right?
Yeah, the club.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, good. Well, at least there'll be some places to have fun. There didn't seem to be a lot of places to have fun in the other place.
This was like a school, I think. Maybe.
A what?
You were on a farm. What school?
I was on a farm. What are you talking about, Antheus?
You didn't go to a school? I thought I heard somebody say something about a school there once.
Oh, you must be mistaken. It was a farm. Harveston. Where we were helping Candor.
You feeling alright?
Head hurts a little.
He has a lot of things, I guess, that he doesn't want people to know about. Oh, speaking of, there might be somebody that's trying to wipe me from existence or the memory of me from existence.
What? How is that a speaking of?
It's very Thothian. That's probably not the correct way to utilize that, but except for the differences that Thoth, to my understanding, there's some sort of exchange. The information is exchanged in order, some sort of bargain. So, time of it happening, I believe that there's some sort of a choice made, whereas this feels more intrusive, dangerous.
What have they done so far, like trying to wipe you out?
You get an intense pain in the back of your neck as you're having. No, not you. Antaeus gets an intense pain in the back of his neck as he has this conversation.
Too far? I'll have to wait to see if the pain decides.
The pain will slowly subside if you stop talking about it.
Okay, so it doesn't like respond to me in pain to let me know that I'm
No.
Okay. Well, perhaps I've said too much. I think that's what it was.
You feel some relief.
And it's not Thoth.
It feels different. Like maybe a copycat of some sorts, or I don't know what, but it feels different.
Well, speaking of that kind of, you said you killed a dragon, right?
I'll wait for a second to see if there's any pain.
No, nothing from that.
Okay. I guess maybe because I didn't respond. We did, yes.
It's all fine.
Okay. I believe it was a red one. I believe he was red.
We've seen a couple in Phoenicia. Whatever you did, it affected more than just here.
That's
And they were
That's
super
misinformation.
concerned about the fact that we could see them.
That was not our fault. When
you say that's misinformation, Brianna, give me a perception check.
All right. There it is.
For a moment, there is this like flicker of like, almost crown like a crown of light that kind of bursts for a moment when he says that's misinformation. But then it fades as quickly as it appears.
I'm not aware of this at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it.
Okay. Some kind of misinformation. It is. We were being harassed and we defended ourselves. And what? He was trying to...
I'm sorry, I saw for a moment something very odd. It was like a crown of light on your head.
Do both of you have ranks in knowledge religion?
I'm pretty sure I do for bardic knowledge. Yep. Not
I
very
have at
much.
least one rank in everything.
So, Antaeus, you would know that a crown of light is the symbol of Suinol. It would immediately kind of pop to mind. And usually that's this world's kind of version of when people get the light bulb above their head. Like something was said that's a moment of like clarification or clarity. But you're not sure why. Maybe it's like indicating that there is some dishonesty amongst what you were saying.
I'm sorry. Did you? I got caught up in the crown of light thing.
It's okay. It's okay. I just thought you should know that it's whatever it is. It's affecting Phoenicia too. The dragons were very concerned. They could see that we saw them, and they kept coming over and wanted to know why we could see them.
Did you have to fight any of them?
No. I mean, one of them seemed like he wanted to fight, but we were just like, maybe you should go ask. I forgot who it was. It was like his mom or dad or something. We convinced him to go away.
That's interesting.
They were more confused than they were hostile. But since you had mentioned that to me, then I thought that you might find that interesting as well, that it's not just here that's been happening, but apparently there too.
Do you recall what color they were?
Oh man. In character probably would, but out of character.
I believe it was a copper and a black.
Yeah, okay. So it was a copper and a black.
Interesting.
It might have been brass, I can't remember. It could have been... It's either brass or copper.
Yeah, I was thinking something like brass or bronze.
I think I know enough about them to be able to make any heads or tails of that.
Especially not metal. You thought they were colored. You've seen a red one and a green one, so hearing that there's a metal one is not... doesn't make a lot of sense.
Metal's not a color. That's... what?
I guess, do you want to share memory with me? I can show you what I'm talking about.
I feel compelled to do so, but I don't know if I feel compelled to not do this as well.
What would compel you not to do it?
I don't know, random pains.
No.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be able to see it if it was up there. Crowns of light, I don't know what's going on here anymore. Sure. Sounds good.
You can exchange the memory. You will see... are you sharing the black or the... Yeah, I'm assuming the metallic dragon.
The metallic, yeah.
You can exchange the memory, and as it happens,
sanity to lose.
I will need the two of you to give me a will save.
Oh, fun.
Let's see if I have anything.
Oh no.
It is as if Antaeus has stolen the memory. Like, you don't remember what memory you just shared with Antaeus, but Antaeus, you get the memory. And in your ears you can say, fuck. Or you can hear fuck.
Me, or...
In your ears. You can hear, like,
mine.
very faintly said, fuck.
That felt like there was something trying to prevent that.
What? Did you get the thing? What?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, cool. I don't know. What were we just doing?
I don't like this feeling. This feels very similar to the thing that was chasing me. And I don't like that. But it feels like, well, I wouldn't be able to give you the information back anyways, at least not through these means. That also feels like it might be dangerous as well.
I'm sure whatever it is, it's not that important.
You said something about a black one?
Yeah, you remember the black one.
Yeah, I remember the black one.
And there was another one, yes?
No.
No, just the black one. I will say, since you can only use this once a day, do you want me to actually cast the share memory spell?
That seems like it might be problematic. I don't know if you felt anything when we were using it.
Nope, as simple as cut paste.
It felt like, or it seemed like, I got the impression that something didn't want this information to be transferred to me or to be transferred. I'm not certain. But there was another one, and you shared the information about it with me. Sorry, I'm a little rattled by all of this.
You guys can some time to think and discuss a few more things, but let's jump over to Ivy.
Oh, were those the last of the items that we had? The headband?
Yeah.
Because we kind of jumped from the Goron thing to this, and I wanted to make sure we got back to that. Okay.
Yeah. The headband is the last thing to try to figure out, but that will either have to be taken somewhere professionally or have somebody use different spells later on.
Just so there's paper trail of it so I can remember it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Ivy, Zigmars will let you know that he's worked out all the arrangements. Your intentions in going there are mostly above board, right?
I think so. I just talked to this woman once, and she said if I ever wanted to learn more about myself and do tests that I should come back.
Well, I have an option that I didn't get the option I wanted, unfortunately, but I do have an option. How much would you be willing to give up for it? Like, physically.
Physically?
Alright, you remember that dagger that Antaeus got?
Yeah.
The guy that gave it to him, he's got this thing he's been itching to play around with. He happened to steal some... I don't know if it's steal. Steal maybe isn't the right word. He happened to acquire some blood from a very specific individual. Someone who supposedly put their, as they put it, blood, sweat, and tears into the development of these gates. If what he's saying is true, then his gate allows him to connect to other gates that he can figure out exist.
Okay.
But it requires a bit of a sacrifice to use it.
Like, how much of a sacrifice?
With him, it's hard to say. He has some weird asks. He's been very appreciative of my referral from Antaeus. Says something about how it seems like Antaeus really likes what he gave him. But then I asked when the last time he saw Antaeus was, and he said it's been a long time.
I mean, I guess I'm willing to try it out as long as it's not going to kill me.
No, most people don't die from what he does unless he's alluding to that in some way, and here, he's very sure you'll make it to the other side.
Alright. Just so you know, oh my god, I'm blinking on Jerkface's name.
Not Tehran, Rian.
There we go. Just so you know, Rian was, asking about you.
I imagine he would. He's gotten out of touch, in a way.
Yes, it seemed like he was alluding to you were very quiet and wanted to know if you were working more with Antaeus. I just told him we just have sex and I don't know, and said that green dick is the best dick, and then he really wanted me out of there.
Yeah, he's... So I know it's rather mean, but he's not the type to like that kind of thing at all. Like, at all.
I just said it because I knew it would make him shut up and stop asking questions about you, because I didn't want to answer and I didn't want to slip up and say something out of place that I shouldn't. So I was just like, make him uncomfortable.
No, I do appreciate that. I appreciate the way that you don't ask a lot of questions that I'd rather you didn't, because it could create problems where I have to answer things and you might have to be in a situation that I would have to figure out how to handle.
Yep, I just thought you might be interested in knowing that he's curious as to how you're doing.
I'm doing quite well. Everything is going just peachy keen.
That's what I figured. I told him if you were quiet, there was probably a good reason for it.
There is. Hopefully he doesn't figure it out.
We can hope. Alright, I guess I'll give this a go.
Alright. You can head to...
Creepy Blood Man!
Yeah, Creepy Blood Man. You head over to this building that the ground, I'm not even gonna call it grass anymore. I'm not even call it dirt anymore. It looks as if like a blend of bleeding living tissue now inhabits all the area where grass or dirt would be. Growing out of the ground are these like sort of darkened skin, I'm gonna call them arms for lack of a better term, and fur, like literal fur trees. Like a creature's fur at the top of elongated fingertips. A little sign outside says, "Don't worry, guards, it's just art." And there's a very small pathway of stones that kind of lead up to this very decayed building made out of what looks like long stretches of like leather and wood kind of binding the leathers together. And the smell, the strong smell of copper fills the air.
Well, this is super pleasant and not creepy at all.
You can hear something whisper. I've been waiting.
Yep, not creepy at all. Alright, well.
Hello. I am
Hi.
excited to see you.
Okay. Cool.
As you come in, there is this kind of smell of rotting corpses and still that strong coppery smell that fills the air. The walls are very thin stretches of what your brain wants to tell you must certainly be just leather. And there are what sound like maybe muffled or muted cries in the background. You're the one that Sigmar sent to me, aren't you?
Yep.
Yes, the gate is what you want.
Yes.
I can feel the difference.
The difference?
Your blood, it's not like normal blood.
Yeah. I'm, kinda magical, kinda shadowy. I don't really know anymore.
Yes. Sounds wonderful.
I guess.
If you're here, then you must know there's a lot you'll need to give up to get where you want to go.
Yeah, but the amount was kind of vague. What is a lot?
Well, just a little injury that might feel close to the end of your existence, only for a brief while. You'll be reconstructed, of course, when you use the portal.
And you're certain I won't die, right?
I am mostly certain that you're strong enough to be successful.
Mostly certain? See, those odds are a little sketchy. Can you be more
Sigmar
specific?
tells me you're a very tough girl.
Yeah?
So things like, for example, a dagger that your friend might have that maybe hurts him a lot, takes a bigger percentage of his life force, probably wouldn't take nearly as big a percent of yours.
Probably, but the last time I let someone cut me, I nearly did die, so I'm just a little more cautious now.
Oh, I'll let you do all the cutting. I like to watch those kinds of things.
Alright, whatever floats your boat, dude, okay.
Good. He'll reach behind him, and pull, a, blood-soaked dagger from, you hope, from behind his back. But he's, not wearing a lot of clothing. He just kind of has this robe on, that is barely tied off enough to not see everything. This is all you need. And he then gestures to this big, makeshift kind of wood and flesh-coated doorway that he's constructed. There are these large, tall wood and bone pillars that have this this leather that wraps around the pillars across the top, kind of conjoining them together in this kind of triangle. It is activated with the right blood signature, but I've made sure this dagger has one that will match. But in order to make sure you're not disassembled in the process, you need to mix your blood with theirs.
This sounds disgusting, but okay.
And you need a lot of it. How well do you handle pain? Oh, good. I like the sound of that.
Oh,
Just
great.
stab yourself somewhere around your stomach,
Oh, God.
and everything should be alright. Doesn't need to be too deep. You just gotta get it just right.
Okay. Jesus, Sigmars. I'll take this dagger and stab myself in my stomach, I guess.
Give me a fortitude save. I guess actually first give me an attack roll. This will kind of measure the accuracy of your depth. Just roll melee attack.
Okay.
Okay. Very, very well. Like, you get it in an area where you know, like, it's gonna hurt, but isn't necessarily going to, like, put you unconscious. And you, like, push it in, and you can feel the pain. Give me a fort save. Okay. You get it enough, and then you kind of, like,
I moved him over here.
draw it out, and as you draw it out, like, there's like a momentary, like, spray of your blood that comes up, and blood, and it kind of washes over the dagger itself, and you can see this portal kind of swirl. At first, like, this kind of reddish swirl, and then it slowly becomes this kind of bluish color. Good, good. Did that hurt?
Kinda, I guess. A
Roll
little.
me a d8. Oh, take 7 points of con damage.
Oh, okay, I have an 18 con.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like what? 20 some odd hit point, or 40 some odd hit points lost?
7. That's
33?
30, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can step through if you'd like. Should be-
Okay.
And think about where you want to go.
Yeah, I'll think about Megiddo and the Archivists and that and step through and
Yeah.
hope it works.
We'll see if it works after a short break. See you shortly. with more... Oh wait, wrong intro. Wrong return. So, you step through the portal. And you are literally standing in a very familiar conference room in Megiddo. You skip past what you feel like would have been a lot of travel. And the normal sounds of Megiddo quickly fade out as you sit silently. I guess you stand silently in this, what looks like an empty room. There's the table here, the chairs here. Nobody's seated here. Last time you were here, they were all kind of aware and here. Nope, that's not the track I wanted. What are you gonna do? You know there's 2 doors in this room.
I'm trying to remember like where the doors went.
The doors are connected to their like. Well, you know where one of the doors is like connected to the front door. The other one that you came out of, the other one like is right behind you, and it feels like you came out of it, but you didn't really come out of it.
I don't know. I guess I just start walking around and wandering around. I assume someone will realize I'm here very quickly and...
Like in through one of the doors, or just kind of like pacing around the room?
I think I'd pace around the room for like 5 minutes, and if no one comes in, then I'll end up going through one of the doors.
Yeah, after a few minutes, you will have somebody step into the room. The door will open, and 2 people will in fact step through the room. One, you are probably quite pleased to see, and the other you are exceptionally likely not pleased to see.
Great, so Evelina and the misogynistic asshole dude.
And Vlasta. Vlasta takes his normal seat in his chair. Evelina kind of comes up, extends a hand to you, and says, I am very happy to see that you've returned here. I was not expecting you so quickly, though.
I'll shake her hand. Yes, well, I felt like I wasn't getting honest answers from the people near me, so I figured you seemed like someone who might actually speak to me like a human being.
I think everyone deserves that, even... And she'll kind of, like, glance over, but not, like, fully. Even those who might not have the most clear perspective on things.
Yes.
You may sit if you'd like. It is your choice.
I'll sit down.
You can take a seat. She will also take her usual seat. So, little Miss Shadow has some problems, does she?
Not problems, per se. I just feel like the people around me all know more about me than I do, and I feel like they're playing me in some elaborate game, and I don't like being the pawn in someone's game. I want to know what's happening and why they want it happening.
This is what happens when people like you decide they're going to try to play with the boys.
People like me, what, a girl?
Yes. This isn't a society built for you.
Yeah,
it's a
sure.
society
buddy.
that's been built for several years on our backs, not yours.
Oh, yeah, so why didn't you go up that mountain and deal with that blizzard problem yourself?
Because I have what you need to get it done for me. Information, money, and power.
Sure. Whatever you say.
It's best that you try to put aside the stuff that he is saying. His faults are unfortunately made up for in some of the benefits he does provide to us. There are some things that he knows, and he knows it's important to let you know. And I think it bothers him more than he's letting on. Doesn't it, Vlasta? He just kind of like grimaces when she says that. Just kind of sits silently for a moment, as if waiting for you to say something. Instead, speak to this.
Sorry, I just had a kid get out of bed. Just give me like 2 seconds to figure out why they're at the top of the stairs.
While she's gone, can I spend some of my wealth to just upgrade my gear?
Yeah, what are you upgrading?
I would like just to max out my Cloak of Resistance.
Ooh, you have that kind of money?
Yeah, I got apparently 2,400 platinum sitting around. So I'm assuming I can just switch out my old cloak with the price and then get the new one.
Yeah, you can, they'll take the, you can easily make the exchange that you need to.
And then I would like to add light fortification to my armor.
I thought you already did that, actually.
Nope.
I thought last session we talked about you doing that, and you dropped it off, and yeah.
I did. Yeah, I didn't write it in the upper part.
Okay.
Oh. Great.
Yeah, because you spent a lot of money last session.
Yeah, okay. All right, so getting just a cloak plus 5 is hunky-dory.
Yep, that is doable.
So that will cost me 1,600 platinum. So we'll minus that.
You just spent the entire party's wealth.
No.
This is my money.
All right.
I need it now.
So Evelina, just to recap, Evelina says that he has his uses, even if he is a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I just wish you could be a little less of a jerk about it. Be a little more appreciative over here.
That's what I expect from people like you. Wishes.
Okay. Can we just stop saying people like you? Like that would be one step in the good direction. No? Okay, never mind. Forget I asked.
Would it feel better if I used your name, Ivy?
A little, yeah.
Fine. You feel like you're being played. That's because you are being played.
I figured that, which is why I've come to people that I'm hoping will give me answers. So that, sure, maybe I realize that someone's playing me a little bit, but maybe it's the lesser of two evils and the one I don't mind being played. Or if I am, maybe then I at least know what they're making me do.
All right. I'll be upfront with you if that's what you want, but
That would be great.
bear in mind if you choose not to pursue all of what we're upfront about, then we do nothing with you. Understand? This is an all or nothing arrangement, not a some or some. Some and some.
So you're saying you're going to give me information, but I have to pursue all the information you give me?
I'm saying I'm going to give you an offer for information, and you have to decide if for that information you're willing to accept the offer before I share it. And I will assure you that the information that we have is worth what I'm offering you, or what I'm asking of you.
All right. What are you asking of me?
I'm assuming, if I understand the current government's position, that you've been asked to undertake at least one of two tasks that would be relevant to you, if not both tasks. It's true.
I'm assuming you're referring to the thing out east and the issue and the ever-changing name city?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
That is what
I believe
expect.
Unofficially, but yes.
Before we go any further, I need you to understand that what I am going to be asking you to do will put you in a place that could potentially be construed by a court of the ministry to be potentially treasonous.
God, are you gonna make me prove frickin'... I'm blanking on his name again. And probably because he's just not that important to me. Make me
Rion.
prove him right. He already thinks I'm gonna betray the ministry.
I'm not looking to have you betray the ministry. That's the ministry is an important part of how things get done around here.
I'm sure he'll see something as potentially treasonous as probably betraying the ministry. Oh.
Rion has made a large number of his own has taken a large number of his own ethically questionable actions.
All right, I understand. It's potentially treasonous. And what would this be?
We need to ensure that there are changes that are made in the city which you'll be going to that are not disruptive changes.
Okay. I'm gonna need a little bit more clarification than just that.
It's hard because some of these things I have to tell you or some of these things I have to ask you somewhat require you to have some of this information that you want. So let me try to dole it out carefully. I could provide you with an item which would allow you to, if you can manage to deal with the issue carefully enough, instead of permanently erasing the problem, you could capture the problem and leave it in a much more useful location.
Okay, now the issue here is the end game goal in all of this was to uncurse me and my family. Does capturing the problem and not ending the problem still accomplish that?
So you have been misled then. See? They want you to kill him, don't they? Really badly.
That's what I've been told, is that I am supposed to kill my brother.
What?
In fact, let's just say Rion told me to kill my brother and then kill myself.
Rion's suggestion isn't inherently a bad one.
Great, I'm glad you agree.
I'm just trying to be honest with you, Ivy. You have a dangerous gift, nightmare, curse, blessing, however you want to look at it, depending upon the circumstances. You're allowed access to a great deal of power, but you must find a way to compromise on this power. You can live a fairly traditional life if you'd like, even one of reasonable status if you'd like. You can or you can become a powerful, we'll call you a creature in the state you would become. One which would easily be able to bring many cities under your rule. A force that would not be able to be reckoned with by any who dared oppose you. Or you could permanently end the curse. You could ensure there is no bloodline left. You're not active with others of procreative plausibility, are you? Possibility.
Possibility?
Are you then taking precautions if you're uncertain? Oh, dear Lord. What he's trying to ensure, if you are not careful with this, you're particularly receptive to others' seed. If it happens to take root, you'll produce more like yourself. You'll keep the curse going.
So, literally the only way to stop the curse is to end my bloodline? There's no other way?
That we can find so far, it's mostly permanent. I hate to refer to it this way because I know it will hurt your little ladyhood, but what you carry with you is like a disease. One which, unfortunately, cannot be cured by magics because it is magic. And one which cannot be cured by time because, well, you can't cure humanity without cutting it apart, can you? You're perfectly capable of controlling it if you want to, but you'll need to amass a lot of it. And you'll need to hope it doesn't control you first. If you could do that, procreate to your heart's desire. But if you fail, it will procreate for you.
Look, I'm not that interested in having kids. It's not like that is on the top of my mind here. I was more curious if there's a way to keep myself from eventually going insane like the rest of my family has.
The rest of your family seeked to reach the final cure. The final cure does require you to gather all of the pieces together, and then some pieces that can seal it. You need to take your curse and bind it with the powerful creatures that were bound before, like the one which you uncovered from that gem.
Okay, and I do all of that. What does that even do?
You can, at that point, try to resist insanity. Try to resist the pull of the creatures. You see, most of what we know about this is largely theoretical. But you carry with you the uncertainty of magic. A concept of sanity and unpredictability disorder, irregularity. This is what you bind it to. And you either make it your own or you find a way to cast it off. If you fail to cast it off, it takes you with it. If you succeed, then you will have it at your control. And all those of your progeny can be at your control, as they will be like copies unto you.
It's kind of creepy.
Everything about you is what you would refer to as creepy. You have the worst of choices. Either create facsimiles of yourself through procreation, put an end to your procreative means by ensuring that you'll perpetually have to perform awful acts on your body to make sure that you are cleansed regularly, end your existence, or seek total control of the world. There is positivity in these things, but twistedly in all of them.
Okay, why does Ninoslav want me to kill my brother so bad? Or not Ninoslav, Rion. I literally cannot remember his name today.
That is where I need to know if you're interested in the offer.
And what exactly is your offer? You still haven't specifically told me what you want me to do.
The rest of the information that you want. I've already given you enough to know that it's worth it.
Your offer, though, what are you wanting me to do?
I'm asking you to imprison your brother instead of killing your brother. My suggestion is that you simply end your bloodline and you deal with this problem yourself. You seem fully capable of handling yourself now. If you capture him, we'll be able to do more research to help you stay in control. We have a great interest in making sure you do not turn into some of the worst.
You don't want me to rule you?
You wouldn't succeed here, but you would easily take over the city to the south, and you would take over Kari 4. Few would stand in your way there. I'm not in the political game.
Anywhere, anyways.
Good. Didn't quite think you were that insane.
Nope. Not yet, at least.
We think we're your best shot.
At least you're more honest than Rion is. At least when you tell me to kill myself, you tell me why.
Well, he'd like that. Now that you're willing to accept our offer, we know, well, at least we're pretty sure we know what Rion's ploy is. Rion wants on the council. He's been seeking to make it there for a long time, but in order to do so, you have to earn your seat. To do that, you need to do something profound. Something that goes beyond the normal extent of what simple... How do I put this without offending you? I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. What simple minions would be able to do. If he can get you, if he can use you like the little minion he considers you, to deal with his problems and to take control of the city, this is a perfect piece to present to the council. and get himself to be a part of what makes this country. His game is so much bigger than you understand.
I assumed as much. I'm not that much of an idiot to think I understand him. I just know enough to know that he has a bigger one, and he's making me a pawn in it, and I don't like that.
The other important thing to put here, don't go to the east. You may become very powerful if you make that decision, but you will lose more of yourself with every one of those that you consume. If you make that choice, you will easily be able to defeat your brother. But you will likely not do so as Ivy.
Okay. And if I succeed, I go to this city. I imprison my brother. I do it quietly for you. What does that mean for you guys and for Rion? Does his plan fail?
Assuming he doesn't die, which is the contingency that Rion is waiting for, someone new will take his place. There will be a line of procession that will occur. People are always waiting for the next person. If you even do it well enough, you can select the next person to replace him. Assuming you can handle something a little diplomatic. You might even gain some support in the process. As long as you can avoid being stabbed to death in the streets. If everything is in position for someone else to make the replacement, Rion won't have an opportunity to take his action.
And how does this benefit you? Because obviously if you want me to capture my brother instead of killing him, it benefits you guys in some way.
This is where I have to be clear and unclear. There are assets that exist there that are valuable to us, and the Ministry having the ability to scour the city for them will severely hamper our operations here. We rely on a bit of that chaos to get the things that we need. Their fiscal instability allows us a lot of opportunity.
Okay, fair enough. I don't really care what you want there, I just
want to make sure you're not being played.
Yeah.
You are being played, but we at least want you to know where you're moving to and why.
Fair enough. And at least, for the most part, it seems like you're willing to help me along the way versus just what I'm sure Rion will do is use me and throw me out as soon as I'm no longer useful.
I mean, unless you've presented some direct threat to him, I don't think he'll quite throw you out, but...
Oh, I think he would try.
Perhaps. Guess you've been pissing him off then?
We're not exactly buddies.
Not exactly a lot of people's friend.
No, not really. But I think I frustrate him a little bit in the sense that he obviously needs me to do certain things, and I think I'm just enough resistant to some of it.
He needs you and your friends. He won't ever admit that, but you're the right kind of mess, as we refer to it.
Yes. Okay, well, this device for capturing my brother, how exactly does it work? Because if I'm going to do it right and not fuck it up, I need to know exactly how to use it.
He will reach back and dig for a moment in his pocket and procure a gem. And the gem glows very brightly in his hand. And as he kind of holds it out to you, there's like an allure to it. Like, you want to kind of reach out and touch it. Like, a part of you is like, I must take that. But as you feel that feeling, you can also feel like a bit of yourself kind of dripping away as it kind of pulls on you. He'll like set it down on the table in front of you. This is a very delicate operation. I'm going to leave this to Evelina to explain, and I am going to take my leave. And he gets up and walks off. Evelina reaches over and picks up the gem. This could very likely kill you. This is a very dangerous contraption for things like you. There's something important that Vlasta left out, and I expected him to, but... Well, you are a very special type of person. You're not the only one of you. There are others, just not many here, and most of them never reach the point that you do. This condition has spread, but none have done what your family has done. None have slain some of the great old ones. This will take them into it. It will make them a part of it. But the body has to be less capable of holding them, of keeping them. The downside is this goes both ways when you use it. If you are weak when you try to use it, it will take you as well. It is worthless for myself or anyone else to use because we don't have what's necessary to make it happen. Well, you might feel the pull. The pull is very weak right now. In the hands of one like you, that pull intensifies by magnitudes. Well, you were to hold this in your hand, it would pull greatly upon you and pull greatly upon anyone else like you. If you can weaken him without becoming too weakened yourself, this will store him.
Okay. How weak? Like unconscious weak, but not dead, or?
If you render him unconscious, he will not be able to be subsumed. Some part of him must be capable of being drawn in. If you weaken him enough, he will reach out to take the gem. It is in that touch that it is all over.
Okay.
It will be a difficult thing. You need to make sure you're aware that he is well injured without killing him. You need to make sure that you're not well injured, not too badly damaged, and that he's not trying to trick you. If he has gained any of this information or has any reason to believe what is happening, he may try to take the gem early and then use it against you. Could be dangerous.
Yeah, it's kind of the story of my life.
She will pull a bag out of one of her pockets and put the gem in the bag, and she'll like pull these drawstrings on it. And she does. There's like a clicking noise that you hear. For now, this will only unlock. And she'll like slide it away, and you'll notice that she has like a glove on her hand as she slides it to you. To you, if you take it now.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. So this is a Gem of Shadow Storing.
Well, is there anything else he magically left out that I should know?
No. We talked well on this before. When we got word that you would be coming.
Like recently, or the first time I showed up?
Recently.
And how did you know I would be coming?
We are able to talk much quicker than you are.
I'm mostly interested how you knew I was interested in coming.
You were already here when we started our discussion.
Oh, weird. That is quick.
The advantage that the proper spells have.
I guess that's true.
I like you, Ivy. I really do. I want this to end well for you. You can always take the easy way out if you want. As long as you're careful, you'll have nothing to worry about. I don't know if you'll die the same way most people do. But one day you will, and you can bring a lot of it to a close if you reach that point. But it won't be easy.
Yeah, well, doesn't seem like anything in my life ever has been.
Imagine not.
Alright, well, how the heck do I get back home from here?
Just take that door.
It's not gonna drain me again, is it?
Drain you? You came through the gates. They're not draining at all.
I came through a special version of the gate.
Perhaps I'd best not ask anymore.
Probably not. It was. I should not have done that.
That door will take you back.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything else for me, I guess I'll be on my way.
That is all.
I'll go use the door.
Yeah, and as you...
I think I'm thinking as I use the door, like, please let me end up in my house and not creepy blood man's.
You're thinking of at least of the right location. So you will step out into the ministry building.
Oh, God. Awkward.
And a few people are rather surprised when you step out. You know it's the ministry, though, because you can see the seal on the wall as you step out through the portal. And a number of, like, the people rush up to you and ask you for your credentials and ask you where you came from.
Yeah. I'm just gonna act like I was supposed to be doing this. Show them my ministry badge.
Where did you come from?
Megiddo.
Who did you meet with?
The Archivists.
Very well. They will kind of step aside and let you pass.
I'll just go on my merry way.
Yep. Are there any additional details that Niev and Antaeus needed to, or not Niev, that Brianna and Antaeus needed to finish exchanging?
I don't really think so. The only thing I was going to do was suggest maybe that I cast the share memory with the black dragon. The other thing that Brianna would have probably asked about is she would have asked him how Nico is doing and his daughter.
That is a good question. I have not spoken to them in quite some time.
Well, perhaps I should pay them a visit when I can.
You're more than welcome to, but I don't. Last I heard from him, his intentions were to take her out of the city.
Oh, I see.
To keep her away from the problems within the city. It has been a while since I've talked to him. Perhaps I should prepare sending and speak to him.
Well, yes, just let me know if you hear from him, you're back. I suppose then I'll just go make preparations. Do you all live in this neighborhood, or is there how do you get the message out that I want to have a party?
We live, well, at least we did live fairly close to each other. Some of us chose newer houses, but I don't think they're too far. Maybe? I'm still in the same place, and I believe Gulran is staying at his church, or at least he intends to.
Do you know where Goron's church is?
Has he started setting up the actual church?
Yeah, the church is quite a ways into the process of being set up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know where his church is at. I don't know if living quarters is intact yet. I haven't been there recently, but.
Okay.
And Ivy.
Oh yes, of course, Ivy's invited.
I actually don't remember if she took the upgraded house or not. That's a good question.
Well, if you could help me pass along the word, I also want to hopefully invite Elizabeth, because I haven't seen her in forever.
You guys not have your audio on, by the way?
They must not.
Because there's a dragon destroying you all as you speak.
Wait,
Oh, what the fuck is going on?
They're just like, I want to have a party. It's like, I don't think they
any of
have
that.
Yeah, I was literally playing audio of a dragon flying overhead.
Oh, guess I failed that perception check.
Oh, is that from the Roll20?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't hear it.
So you will whether you hear the dragon or whether you hear the screams of people, there are a pair of flapping wings that will lower in front of. How many of you kept your houses in the same area? Or
well, I don't know if I still have that house, but I really was moving into my church eventually. When I don't know.
But the key is where it lands. So you will hear it land. So I guess right now, you'll hear it fly overhead, right above where you're at, and you'll hear screams throughout the streets. But Gulran, you will be the last person to hear the wings as it flies overhead, and lands in front of the doors of your temple. You'll see this very large greenish creature that stands outside slowly shrink down into a humanoid person. They look kind of orcish, but they have a very unrealistically orcish green skin. And they are wearing this slightly different toned green outfit as they walk into the door of your building. As they had flown through the air, they had breathed out these large bits of acid that just kind of dissipate as they fall through a barrier that protects the city from minor effects. From that range, its fall would dissipate pretty heavy enough, but it would be enough that the two of you would be interrupted in your conversation to hear it, as it is very loud and very clearly flies directly over the head of your homes. and it walks into the temple. Are you Gulran?
Who's asking?
My child is losing a battle that it should not be fighting. Are you the reason it's there?
Have I put together, like, I heard the beating wings of something?
Yeah, you saw the big giant green thing that landed in front of your door.
Oh, okay, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine him not seeing that.
Well, I don't know what's like how if I'm like in
Yeah.
an enclosed house or whatever and I didn't see anything, right? I'm just thinking as I look through my spell repertoire. I'm one of them. Your child was breaking the rules.
You must learn to be less dishonest. The rules were not being broken. We abided by the rules we were given. You know that they were not inherently being broken. You know who you truly wronged. We're not even supposed to be here.
I was just doing my job. I was given the orders by my superiors, and I trust they had their reasons. You must have been doing something, or they must have been doing something wrong.
While he is having this conversation, and while the three of you would have been able to see it, how do the other three of you respond?
I would probably be like, hearing screams, I would be like, we should go see if we can help. I would be telling that to Antaeus.
How?
Well, obviously there's a dragon or something. Let's go find it.
Weigh the pros and cons in my head real quick of going in search of a dragon.
Sure. Well, you're thinking about that. What about Ivy? As she steps out, and you notice that there are no guards mobilizing towards this thing. There are no ministry members that are making a move towards this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to leave Gulran there by himself, so I'll head over.
Okay.
I'll probably make some snarky comments at, like, the guards and ministry people as I'm on my way, like, you're just going to let this just dragon just land over there and do nothing?
Has permission to be here just as much as any of us do. Probably has beef that's not with us. It's that angry.
Oh, so it's landing at a ministry member's house.
Not house. That's a church.
Church, sure.
Just attending religious ceremonies.
Church. Uh-huh.
Fuck
sure.
outta here.
I'm sure you fucking believe that, yeah.
I'm
gonna, like...
Do you have any ranks in gauge?
I don't think so.
You can give me, like, a gauge, though, anyway. It'll be fun. Yeah, you just assume all these guys are wimps. They're, like, just too afraid to go deal with whatever the fuck this thing is.
Yeah, I'll probably yell some profanities at them, call them pussies as I head off in that direction.
And the other two of you?
We were able to visibly see it land at Gulran's church from where
you were able to see it fly in that direction. Like, it flies overhead and then keeps going towards the, towards where you know the temples and the ministry and the other buildings are.
I know I'm a little oblivious, but I think it's hard to believe that that's not going for Gulran, all things considered.
Well, come on.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's go.
Yes, one moment. I'll go to my house real quick, and then I will get my puppers.
Okay.
And then be like, oh, yes. Brianna, this is Najee.
All right.
This is Brianna.
Well, that takes some time. So, Gulran. You know, I like your city. I like your judicial system. Works very well in many ways. Did you know that, Gulran?
Aye.
Have you ever been a victim of your judicial system, though?
Yes.
Oh. How so?
It's none of your business, really, but when I first started out, I got caught breaking some minor rules to further an investigation,
So you would agree that to get good things done, sometimes the rules have to be manipulated a bit, yes?
I used to agree with that, but I learned my error of my ways.
So you would say that you're an upright citizen willing to defend the law at all cost?
Yes.
How would you like to fix a problem?
Well, depending on what it is, I would like to do what is right, of course.
You've set back the lives of a lot of people, damaged their reputations, their futures. You have the ability to fix it, one way or another. I want to give you an opportunity, Gulran. I want to give you the opportunity to fix what you've done wrong. Here are your choices. You can either, 1, before the courts, acknowledge that you have done damage to the city of Levi, and you have unlawfully captured someone who was doing a service to their community.
Out of character, I know, I pretty sure we confirmed that we were working within the law when we did all that, right?
You were working within the law in the way that you were handling the situation.
Right.
They perceived it in a different. They interpreted it in a different way.
But
Ultimately, what they have right now is a case where they've never had to rule on this. This is like a very, very fringe and confusing thing, and it is much more likely, and this is why they bothered to even go through this. It is much more likely that there will be a guilty conviction here, but this is kind of a ploy here, obviously, from her, or a plea here. Or the other alternative, that I have been officially sanctioned to take part in. You see, Gulran, when you performed the actions you did, you broke a very long-standing rule. One which has existed long before this existence of you or the rest of your kind. Maybe not the rest of your kind, but your kind here. You know that already, though, don't you, Gulran? I hear the whispers.
Well, if you're talking about the first one we had to attack, he was a right bastard, burning innocent people alive. Left me no choice.
There is a way I can set all this right. All I have to do is put an end to the source problem. And as long as I do, the law will protect me, quite literally.
So what do you need me to do?
Either fess up that what you did was not for the benefit of mankind, of your kind, or prepare to be eaten. It is at about this point that Ivy will arrive at the building.
Gulron, what's going on?
Talking to our friend here. I didn't get your name.
My name is not yet important to you until you make a decision. Then, I'll share it with you.
And what are we making a decision on?
Is this a female or male in front of me? Or am I able to tell? Or?
This is a rather genderless looking thing,
Okay.
and it looks kind of like old in its form as well.
They were just telling me about their kiddo Greenie that we threw in jail because they were doing some experiments that they shouldn't have. Listen, we got the orders and I don't know the full details, but I'll investigate it, and if it was wrong, I will do the right thing. But if I get the information that what they were doing there was, in my opinion, wrong or hurting people, I'm not going to help you.
There isn't time for investigations. A bit of acid kind of drips from its mouth as it says that. Certain things must be decided. One side or the other. No investigations.
Gulron will take a minute, close his eyes, take a deep breath, put a hand on his warhammer hilt, unclasp it, and point it at the creature in front of him and say, "You may be an ancient creature, but you don't threaten a cleric in his own damn church!"
And with that, we will have to see how this goes next session. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.